Good morning, everybody. What's going on? Happy Sunday. What a mess. Holy moly. Today's going to be quick. I'm not going to be talking about Circle or these bank runs and Silicon Valley Bank and what next week will bring. Guess what, folks? I'm here every Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I will have plenty of time next week to discuss this because we're obviously going to be dealing with it. And yeah, but this is more to do with last week's videos. If you remember and if you've been paying attention, just to catch you up real quick, on Wednesday's episode, I brought to light a lawsuit against David Garcia, Pablo Yabo of Rand Labs, and David Garcia of Borderless Capital. I discussed it lightly. And then on Friday, after some governance proposals for a recovery fund, I addressed that. And I said, I made the case that I believe that Borderless Capital is conflicted in this and shouldn't be proposing anything because what I called it was the Borderless Capital Relief Fund or Recovery Fund, whatever I said. And I also pushed back on some ideas about doing it unilaterally and just creating a recovery fund, right? You saw it. Maybe you didn't. If you didn't, you can watch it. It's on YouTube under my live section. I need to organize that better, but that's for another day. I do think that I did, misstate one thing in particular. I said, in essence, Borderless Capital is Rand Labs, and they also may be liable for certain things. And David Garcia pushed back on that. Let's look at his tweet. Hold on. I'll be right back, guys. I'm going to go say something real quick. Turn that down right now. Turn that down. Sorry, guys. All right, here, I'm back. Okay, so Borderless Capital, their tweet, let's look at it. Let me view it on Twitter. Hey there, just want to clarify on some of your comments in this episode. Number one, Borderless does not have any type of ownership or interest in Rand Labs, My Algo, or Algo Explorer. Number two, I personally have no interest in Rand Labs, My Algo, or Algo Explorer. Number three, the only native wallet in the ecosystem that Borderless has invested in is DeFi Wallet. And number four, I'm happy to have a conversation with you and clarify whatever question you may have. Thanks. Awesome. So David Garcia responded with that. Now, look, folks, I believe that this is probably technically true, but I'm going to give you some context. Okay. Now, and the reason why I'm doing this today, because I have David Garcia, who really generously offered to come on the show tomorrow from 6 to 6:30. So at the top of the show tomorrow, David Garcia will be here and he can address all these things. And folks, look, let's go back to a big coop. Let's go to a big face coop. There it is. Let's do this one. That's better. How are you? I'm not like trying to like have some contentious conversation tomorrow where it's like feels like gotcha journalism and pushing back and whatever, take them off guard. I don't know. I just want to have everything out there. And I'm not doing anything spectacular here either. I am literally just piecing together some articles and reading through a public court document. So let's just look at it. Let's create some context based on that tweet from David Garcia. Okay, so the story goes back, folks. Let's go. Let's just blaze through this, and then I'm going to say goodbye, and we're all going to have a wonderful Sunday. Let's share screen, and let's go. Let's go right here. Okay, it starts here. ALGO Capital to invest in promising companies built on Algorand platform announces 100 million blockchain fund. I mean, this isn't where it starts, but this is early on. The fund will support companies building next generation blockchain solutions. This article is from the December 11th, 2018. Blockchain-focused venture capital group ALGO Capital is launching a 100 million USD fund to invest and manage significant capital in emerging disruptors, building on the Algorand decentralized platform. Let me make sure you guys can all see this. You can, so we're good. The Algorand protocol was created by Sylvia. We all know this stuff. ALGO Capital invests in promising companies at all stages that are creating solutions on the decentralized Algorand platform, with an initial focus on companies building fintech applications. Steve Kokinos, who's the former CEO, had some things to say about the launch of this fund. Arul Murugan, the managing partner of ALGO Capital, who is also still with Borderless Capital. The launch of ALGO Capital signifies an invaluable opportunity to support and grow some of the world's most promising startups that are building on the business blockchain of the future. We believe that value in the overall Algorand ecosystem will be captured by building real businesses. You know, this is the good stuff. David Garcia, the managing partner of ALGO Capital, said, "I've been active in this space for more than 5 years as an entrepreneur and investor. I've had the opportunity to learn what succeeds and what fails. Beyond just the technology, we invested in Algorand due to the outstanding technical and business leadership of its team. We also recognize the massive potential and have joined forces with others to launch ALGO Capital to capitalize on the potential of the Algorand ecosystem." And then ALGO Capital is funded by external investors who recognize the potential Algorand has to serve as a platform, blah, 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 blah. Is Algorand, a first of its kind blockchain and digital currency purpose built for business, is also an investor in ALGO Capital, letting ALGO Capital independently manage the fund while serving as an integral part of the growth of the Algorand ecosystem. In order to further support companies with which the fund will engage, the leadership team will establish a blockchain laboratory to provide developers and entrepreneurs with tools and resources to help them build on the platform. The fund is managed by a diverse leadership group of 4 founding partners with more than 6 decades of combined experience in venture capital, crypto investment, and blockchain technology, including managing partners David Garcia and Arul. I don't know who the other 2 are, to be honest. Algorand last month announced the closure of a 62 million million equity investment. That's okay. That's Algorand's situation early on, and then okay, so we have that, right? Okay. Moving ahead from 2018 to 2019, ALGO VC fund raises 200 million to fast track Ethereum rival. ALGO Capital has raised 200 million to double its 100 million goal for its venture capital fund. Are you guys seeing all this? Okay. And like I said, this is from August 27, 2019. ALGO Capital has raised 200 million, double its original goal for its venture capital fund. According to a news release shared by Cointelegraph, yada, yada, help build infrastructure for the Algorand blockchain. The fund will also be investing in businesses focused on accelerating the adoption of the platform's native token ALGO as a means of payment. As previously reported, Algorand was founded by Silvio Macaulay. Yes, he is. Yes, it is. ALGO Capital's news release states that the ALGO VC fund has sealed backing from an international group of financial and blockchain industry investors. The fund, which reportedly holds a large stake in ALGOs, has revealed that its initial portfolio companies include holds a large stake in ALGOs, has revealed that its initial portfolio companies include security token issuance platform Securitize, IDEX, and some other stuff, Blockdaemon, a lot of other things. The VC fund is led by blockchain investor David Garcia, entrepreneur turned venture capitalist Arul Murugan, and blockchain technology specialist Pablo Yabo. The VC fund is led by blockchain investor David Garcia, entrepreneur turned venture capitalist Arul Murugan, and blockchain technology specialist Pablo Yabo, who is the current CEO of Rand Labs. So context is important, folks. All commitments to the fund were reportedly accepted in ALGOs rather than in US dollars, with the token being issued as the primary currency for all capital calls. ALGO Capital says it's pursuing joint ventures with various international accelerators and venture studios to further investment in blockchain enterprises across North America, Latin America, Europe, and Asia. Ethereum's rival? Bronze medal party, folks. As reported this summer, Algorand raised more than $60 million in its token sale, blah, blah, blah. In light of its development of a proof-of-stake protocol and aspiration to host an app development platform for enterprises, Algorand is considered by some to be the closest competitor to Ethereum. Okay, so that's where we are right now. Okay, let's move along. So this was 2019. That was the middle of September 2019 is what we just read. This article is from October 5th, 2019. ALGO Capital. We all seen this? Cool. ALGO Capital loses crypto funds after CTO's phone is hacked. ALGO Capital, an investment firm focused on the Algorand ecosystem, lost a few million in Bitcoin and Algo tokens after its CTO's phone was hacked. ALGO Capital, an investment firm focused on the Algorand blockchain, lost a few $1 million in USDT and Algo tokens after its chief technology officer's phone was breached. Now, the article said Bitcoin, but this says Tether. I don't know what, it doesn't matter. According to a source familiar with the matter, ALGO Capital reported to its limited partners Friday that Pablo Yabo, its CTO, had his mobile phone compromised, which allowed hackers to seize control of an Algo hot wallet he administered. As a result of the breach, roughly $1 to $2 million in cryptocurrencies were taken, according to an email from CEO David Garcia. Yes, there was a security breach. We communicated to all the ALGO Capital VC Fund limited partners and updated them about the incident. The network itself remains unscathed. The Algorand team is aware of the breach suffered by the investment firm, the source said. ALGO Capital has raised $200 million for its ALGO VC fund with the cash intended to support projects in the Algorand economy. ALGO Capital founder and managing partner Arul Murugan said in August 2019 that our investment approach specifically targets companies that are creating the next great blockchain applications and infrastructure solutions, yada, yada. The investment firm is a separate entity from the Algorand Foundation and Algorand LLC. That's important, which oversees the blockchain's actual development. Pablo Yabo has resigned his position according to the email sent to partners. Further security measures have been taken by the firm. The majority of the firm's funds were held in cold wallets that were not compromised. The firm is taking full responsibility for the loss and committed to reimbursing the full amount within 20 months. We are engaging with certain organizations and security services to collaborate and address this issue, which has become a common industry problem. The Algorand blockchain itself, okay, we're not going to keep reading that stuff, updated on October 7th, 2019. Yabo pledged in a Medium post published Sunday to shoulder most of the reimbursement costs, writing, I take full responsibility for this and thus will be personally covering most of the stolen funds and the rest will be covered by ALGO Capital General Partners. Yabo also confirmed his departure from ALGO Capital in the post. I have decided to focus entirely on Rand Labs to do what I love most, build tools and software that increase the adoption of blockchain technology. Now, so at this point in 2019, ALGO Capital and Pablo Yabo going to work at Rand Labs, and then there's $200 million investment fund, which it would be a stretch by any means to think that not some of that money went to Rand Labs. I mean, it's obvious that it did, but maybe it didn't. I don't know, but it did. Because literally Rand Labs was responsible for building the Algorand blockchain infrastructure like a web wallet, MyAlgo, and Algo Explorer. And then if you weren't sure, ALGO Capital is now Borderless Capital. Oh, so, okay. So are we playing semantics a little bit? You know, I guess he said no equity and all that stuff. But I mean, frankly, Pablo Yabo, the CEO of Rand Labs, is the former CTO of Borderless Capital. Okay. With the major upgrade of the Algorand protocol to Algorand 2.0 in November 2019, significant improvements at the protocol level are creating new opportunities for blockchain adoption. Great. And they're going to talk a lot about the cool stuff about Algorand, which you can also find on my YouTube show. If you like, go back and watch previous videos. What does this mean in terms for our long-term commitment to Algorand? Our core mission, vision, and investment strategy remains the same. We will continue backing category-leading projects in equity and or tokens. As per our original strategy, the ALGO will remain a unique asset for borderless capital. We will continue to hodl and stake 100 million algos over the long term. You can learn more about our algo holding hodling strategy in our recent blog post. We believe that our new brand reflects a more inclusive approach and aligns better with the natural evolution already occurring within this thriving ecosystem. And the team here at Borderless Capital always views Algorand as a complete economic system without borders, not just a blockchain protocol. So we remain committed to investing capital and developing financial products that accelerate access, yada, 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 yada. And then this is from the information.com. Unfortunately, the cost of full access to this website is about $800 annually. So I did not do that. But there is an article here at information.com from 2021, inside a startup using Algorand, blockchain, coin market caps, fat finger, and then Musk moves. So, and here we go. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana are familiar names in the blockchain, but developers are turning to other options as well. Here's an inside look at C3, a decentralized finance protocol built on the Algorand blockchain. The founders are Pablo Yabo and Michel Dada, 3.6 million. And the investors are Arrington, Jump, Borderless, yada, yada. So certainly, at the very least, Borderless is currently invested in C3 protocol, which is also a Rand Labs project. And then we move along. We see MyAlgo in 2021. They released MyAlgo 2.0, the most advanced Algorand wallet. Borderless Capital launches a $500 million Algorand-focused fund. Product will participate in DeFi liquidity mining, yield farming, lending, borrowing, and trading. We all know about this stuff. We're getting more current here. Algorand Wallet advises users to withdraw funds after a 9.6 million exploit, which is ballooned much further than this, and there is not a lot of coverage on it. But this article was written after that initial mysterious, large amount of money went missing, and nobody still to this day, which I believe is about 3 weeks now, and we still don't know why. Okay, let's just go back to this. All right, folks. So there's just a brief history on that. Now, that clearly does display that Rand Labs, David Garcia, Pablo Yabo, this is a long-standing relationship. There is definitely interest intertwined. I stand by my call for them to not be able to propose this because of conflict of interest. And I certainly stand by my assertion that this should not be unilaterally decided by the Algorand Foundation, which I see as an attack on the existence of Algorand. Okay, I see it that way. Now, of course, a recovery plan could be put into motion that was used on-chain governance, and it was voted on, and it maybe was paid out over a longer period of time, and then to my preference emphasized maybe there's a cap on how much you can be paid back, and it emphasized getting the smaller investors, the smaller retail people made whole. There is a lot of different things that could be discussed in a decentralized way that actually showcases on-chain governance and does things the right way. But rushing a vote on the Borderless Capital Recovery Fund, I'm sticking by it, and I will let David Garcia push back on that tomorrow. I stand by that. Now, this right here, I'm going to share with you a public court document, and frankly, this reads like a telenovela of friendship and betrayal. I'm going to read some of it to you, and then we're going to move on, folks, and then we're going to worry about the banking crisis, that all the banks are going to collapse, right? And that anything over $250,000 isn't safe, and hopefully Circle and USDC is still intact when we wake up tomorrow, and we can all one-to-one panic sell it on Coinbase. All right, folks. But let's go over here. Let's share the screen. Let's go here. Share. Okay. So where are we at? This is 31. So let's just go all the way to the top here. So this is Nextra, Coin Fabric, an Argentinian entity. Sebastian Raul Wayne is the plaintiff, and the defendants are Rand Labs and a Panamanian corporation, David Garcia, an individual, and Pablo Yabo, an individual. All right. And I'm not going to really dive into all of this stuff. It's very clear that David Garcia would like this civil lawsuit to be tried in or decided in Argentina. And it's very clear that Sebastian Wayne would like this to happen in Florida. It seems to be centered around discovery. And, in Argentina, David Garcia wouldn't have to do a lot of things that he will have to do in Florida. It does appear, and I'm hearing, and I don't know if this is confirmed, so please don't take this as confirmed, but I have heard that David Garcia will have to be deposed in this case, soon. So, and also I need to be very, very clear that this is a lawsuit, and what I'm about to read is from one man's perspective. So we all know that people get hurt and hurt people hurt. So let's be honest and be in a room that can see both sides. And obviously we have the good fortune of David Garcia coming in tomorrow so he can respond to it. Now, I am not super overly optimistic that he's going to be able to talk about this very much because it is an ongoing lawsuit. But I think it's worthwhile. It's a public document. It's worthwhile just to go through a little of this to hear the context that is related to what I'm talking about, a conflict of interest between Borderless Capital and Rand Labs. Are you guys all seeing this? Nope, you're not. Sorry. All right. Okay, in 2018, Algorand planned a venture capital investment round through which it sought to raise at least $6.5 million from outside investors by offering participation of 1.3% of Algorand's capital, which would be payable to investors in algos over a 5-year vesting period starting in 2019. This is probably why Algo Capital had such an influx of algos. Garcia led the investment round for Algorand and played the roles of the fund manager and fund administrator responsible for raising outside investments, verifying the distribution of the assets tied to the investment, and administrating the capital distributions to the investors. Now, before we got into this, you learned about Pablo Yabo and Sebastian Wayne growing up in Argentina, being computer science guys, becoming friends. And when their computer science friends got uninterested, they stayed together. They built their own company and Fabrique. And then eventually blockchain technology came onto their radar. And then they created Coin Fabric. And then Coin Fabric was, we'll read on. As part of his ongoing collaboration with Coin Fabric, Garcia arranged with Algorand to designate Coin Fabric as Algorand's technology service provider responsible for building and maintaining the technical infrastructure through which the configuration and maintenance of the nodes would run during the capital distribution period. Algorand agreed that 15% of the digital assets to be distributed to investors would be allocated to the fund administrator, which is David Garcia, and that Coin Fabric would receive 1/3 of that 15% allocation as compensation for its work on the Algorand engagement. When the investment round started in 2018, Algorand estimated a capital distribution of approximately 30 million algos to the fund administrator, which was Garcia. And thus, from that allocation, approximately 10 million algos would be payable to Coin Fabric as a compensation for Coin Fabric services. The token issuance was projected to commence in 2019 with a 5-year maximum vesting period. All of the negotiations and details regarding Coin Fabric's compensation for the Algorand engagement were worked out between Yabo on behalf of Coin Fabric and Garcia as the fund administrator. When Wayne inquired about the status of the negotiations with Algorand, Yabo and Garcia insisted that everything had been taken care of, that Wayne and Coin Fabric should not worry about receiving timely compensation from Algorand once the token distribution started in 2019. Yabo and Garcia urged Wayne to stay out of the Algorand negotiations and let them handle the Algorand relationship because Wayne trusted Yabo to act in Coin Fabric's best interest. Wayne did as Yabo requested and let Yabo handle the Algorand relationship along with Garcia. I feel like I skipped over some of the important early stuff. Okay, let's actually, I'm sorry, guys. I'm going to go back. Okay. So this is part of the story. Wayne and Yabo devoted a great deal of effort and skill to Nectra's growth. Within a few years of joining forces, Nectra had secured significant clients worldwide, including Fortune 500 companies, government institutions, and educational organizations for a wide range of projects requiring the design, development, maintenance of sophisticated computer programs. Although pleased with Nectra's performance, Wayne and Yabo understood that as new technologies emerged, Nectra had to focus its expertise on new niche markets. And that's when they started looking at blockchain. By 2014, because Wayne and Yabo had worked extensively on information security projects using cryptography and similar technologies in the banking industry, they decided to shift Nectra's focuses to servicing cryptocurrency and blockchain markets. 2014, this new focus quickly yielded positive results. By 2017, CoinFabric had become one of the most sought after technology firms in the world, dedicated to blockchain initiatives, including, among others, research, software development, infrastructure, security audits, training, and strategic advice. To date, CoinFabric has completed an impressive array of unique blockchain projects and engagements for leading technology companies and communities such as MuleSoft, acquired by Salesforce, Bitcoin, Segwit 2x, Ethereum, whatever, Decentral, Securitized, Block, and many others. After such much strategic effort, CoinFabric successfully positioned itself as a leading innovator and service provider in the blockchain industry. Garcia and CoinFabric began collaborating. In August 2017, a trusted business associate of CoinFabric introduced Wayne and Yabo to Garcia, an Argentinian native who resides and works in Lake County, Florida. Garcia is a well-connected entrepreneur and blockchain investor. At the time, Garcia was interested in collaborating with CoinFabric for a particular project requiring expertise in blockchain security. That project did not materialize, but Garcia and CoinFabric nonetheless continued their collaboration on other projects related to cryptocurrency investments. For example, Garcia and CoinFabric collaborated on various crypto syndication deals where Garcia would find syndicate investors and CoinFabric would provide technology services to secure, blah, blah, blah. Garcia and CoinFabric's mutual collaboration continued through 2018 when a significant opportunity came along with Algorand, a new digital currency platform that was making waves in the blockchain world. Decentralized cryptocurrency networks need to ensure that no user, okay, we're not going to go through this lesson here. And then that led us to here where Garcia leads the investment round. This is where the compensation from Algorand was worked out between Yabo and Garcia. So CoinFabric started their work on the Algorand engagement in or around August 2018. Yabo was the CoinFabric point person leading the Algorand engagement and coordinating the work performed by CoinFabric team assigned to the project. Meanwhile, Wayne oversaw Nectra's other ongoing client projects, never suspecting that Yabo and Garcia would conspire with each other to harm CoinFabric and Wayne. Algorand's capital investment round was a great success. Algorand raised over $60 million. Wayne and Yabo were immediately enthusiastic about the many lucrative opportunities the Algorand engagement would create for CoinFabric. They understood and discussed that Algorand was an extremely popular blockchain startup that had everything going for it. The Algorand technology was unlike any others. Okay. The Algorand engagement would also give CoinFabric the credibility and know-how to attract new clients seeking to run their products, offerings, and blah, blah, blah. You know, this guy is clearly upset, right? To maximize these opportunities, Wayne and Yabo agreed to implement a business strategy similar to the one they applied when they branded the cryptocurrency. They selected ALGO Fabric as the brand name for the Nectra products and services that would focus exclusively on blockchain services dedicated to the Algorand technology and ecosystem. Wayne secured an ALGO Fabric domain registration and commenced the process of establishing ALGO Fabric website. Meanwhile, under Yabo's supervision, CoinFabric continued to devote substantial resources and technical skill to the Algorand engagement. Starting in October 2018, CoinFabric's team also began to develop products that would facilitate the integration and scaling of the Algorand technology. The products include an ALGO wallet, separate from the official wallet CoinFabric began to develop for Algorand as part of the expanded engagement, and a block explorer. In some, CoinFabric's personnel devoted thousands of hours, blah, blah, blah. Garcia was betting big on Algorand in 2019. Along with another business partner, Garcia created Borderless Capital, a venture capital fund dedicated to the acceleration, adoption, and liquidity of the Algorand ALGO digital currency. Garcia sought to raise $100 million from venture capitalists and institutional. We went through all that. Borderless Capital immediately attracted strong backing, and by the time the fund closed in 2019, it had raised $200 million. Garcia sought CoinFabric to perform technical due diligence work on potential investment targets of Borderless Capital. Under Yabo's supervision, CoinFabric's team devoted substantial time and technical expertise to such projects, expecting to receive compensation, and Borderless Capital and Garcia accepted the benefits conferred by CoinFabric. Yabo, however, never submitted invoices from CoinFabric or otherwise sought payment on behalf of CoinFabric from Borderless Capital for the work CoinFabric performed. Wayne later learned that this omission by Yabo was intentional because by then, Yabo had already partnered with Garcia to steal the Algorand opportunity and other businesses away from CoinFabric. The Yabo-Garcia conspiracy against Wayne and CoinFabric. In and around, now remember, this is one person's point of view, okay? In or around August 2018, Yabo approached Wayne and requested approximately $1 million loan from CoinFabric, which Yabo claimed he needed to purchase a new condominium in Buenos Aires, where they're all from. To convince Wayne to approve the loan, Yabo pointed out the increase in revenue CoinFabric could expect in the coming years from the anticipated Algorand business. So Yabo needed $1 million to buy a condo, and he went to Wayne for it to get a loan. Trusting that their partnership would continue and expand with the Algorand business opportunity, Wayne approved the $1 million loan from CoinFabric to Yabo, and Yabo received the funds, but has not repaid that debt. In January 2019, without informing Wayne, Yabo secretly registered Rand Labs LLC with the intention of operating the entity with Garcia and a third business partner, Michel Dada, in direct competition CoinFabric and using CoinFabric's intellectual property and trade secrets. At the time Yabo registered Rand Labs, Yabo was an officer and shareholder of CoinFabric and was actively involved in various ongoing projects on behalf of CoinFabric, including but not limited to the Algorand engagement, the development of the Algorand products, and the services for Borderless Capital. After Rand Labs formation, Yabo misled Wayne by telling him that Rand Labs would be the brand name CoinFabric would use for his blockchain services supporting the Algorand technology. Yabo elaborated that he simply preferred the name Rand Labs over ALGO Fabric, and Wayne accepted Yabo's explanation, not knowing that Garcia and Yabo had started a partnership using the new Rand Labs entities to take over the Algorand business opportunities. Because Wayne did not suspect Yabo's disloyalty and intention to steal the CoinFabric business, Wayne was not concerned when he noticed that Yabo had begun substituting CoinFabric's name with Rand Labs' name in documents relating to ongoing Algorand projects. Starting in April 2019, while working at CoinFabric's offices, Yabo began creating source code repositories for Rand Labs projects and the repository CoinFabric managed. Between April and July 2019, Yabo copied CoinFabric's intellectual property, trade secrets, and proprietary information, including all of the files relating to the Algorand engagement, the Algorand expanded engagement, and the Algorand products. Yabo later downloaded numerous CoinFabric Google Drive documents, removed CoinFabric's GitHub repositories relating to the Rand Labs software, and deleted Rand Labs related chats from Slack. The end result was that the new entity Yabo and Garcia had secretly created, Rand Labs, now possessed all of CoinFabric's files and intellectual property related to Algorand, and CoinFabric no longer had access to them because Yabo deleted the information from CoinFabric's systems. Yabo performed the aforementioned actions while holding the position of vice president and shareholder of CoinFabric, and at a time period when CoinFabric was actively engaged in executing the work to comply with the Algorand engagement. Yabo eventually told Wayne that Yabo would not be partnering with Wayne for the Algorand business and that Yabo would run Rand Labs on his own. Yabo threatened to withhold the ALGO payments associated with the Algorand engagement unless Wayne agreed to keep CoinFabric's team working on the Algorand engagement through completion. At the time of Yabo's threat, Algorand had distributed approximately 400,000 tokens. Yabo, in his role as CoinFabric's technology agent, had gained sole access to the system through which Algorand tokens were being distributed in accordance with the 2018 capital funding offering. Because Rand Labs had taken over CoinFabric's role in managing the nodes, Rand Labs had the ability to stop future token distributions from being awarded to CoinFabric as compensation of the Algorand engagement. Thus, in order to secure CoinFabric's payment for the Algorand engagement, Wayne allowed CoinFabric's team to continue to work on the Algorand engagement until no longer later than 2020. During this time period, Yabo ceased performing work for CoinFabric, but never resigned from his position as CoinFabric's officer. Meanwhile, Yabo and Garcia have continued to jointly operate Rand Labs in direct competition with CoinFabric, offering the same blockchain services CoinFabric provides, in addition to the services based on the Algorand technology. And then it goes on. This is, and I have to say that I have read other documents. I don't have them queued up, but that David Garcia, he states that he believes that this is an inter corporate conflict that needs to be resolved between them, and he's an outside party that has nothing to do with it. Now, obviously, this man believes that he does, and he has forced this lawsuit into Florida, and it looks like he's successful in getting it done there now. CoinFabric has received zero compensation. Rand Lab's flagship products, MyAlgo and Algo Explorer, featured on its website, are the products CoinFabric initially designed and developed, and which Yabo willfully and maliciously converted and misappropriated. All right, that's enough. All right, there you go, folks. So, look, I don't know. I'm not even looking at the chat. I don't know what you guys are making of this. All I know is that I'm not going to speculate on what any of that means. Certainly not right now. But that is the history of Pablo Yabo and David Garcia. That last part where I read is a man that is very upset and wants $10 million from Pablo Yabo and David Garcia. I think it would be negligent to prioritize rescuing borderless capital at this point. With a recovery fund, I think any recovery fund should be capped at a certain amount and should have the emphasis on smaller holders. I'm open to community suggestions on how I can do something. There seemed to be pushback on this idea for a V2 Coops where I put 100% of all of that to anybody. However, you guys think it would be good. If that's a good idea for people and you think that that would be a fun way for us to help make them whole again, it'd be the V2 of my NFT project that I've made nothing on, St. Jude's. And that, I mean, nothing is like garage sale money, folks. And so the point is that, whatever. It doesn't need, that's just a headache for me, because then you guys are just going to be like, okay, win utility. And win utility for any of this stuff that I would put out there, folks, you should know win utility is when this show grows and then there's some sort of paywall or something like that. All right. And it's going to be around this show, fun giveaways, things like that. That's utility. That's what it's going to be. It's just a show of fun and being participated, but that's not what this show's about. So, I mean, that's it, guys. There you go. That is what I got. I'll look at the chat for a few seconds and then we'll move on. There will be no paywall. Relax. I'm not doing it. Yeah, I agree with you guys. Definitely means borderless capital shouldn't be proposing any bailout. Does that not just mean to give us a faithful web wallet back? We should hit up CoinFabric. I'm starting to regret some of the things I said about MetaMask, or I think we're getting MetaMask soon. Yeah. Yabo dabo. Okay, guys. I mean, condo. Yeah, in Argentina. 1 million for a condo in Argentina. That history is interesting, man. As you scroll through, it's interesting. Algo Capital. They get 200 million. Pablo Yabo gets hacked for 1 to 2 million. Oh, man. Algo Capital becomes borderless capital. And on and on. All right, guys. Well, hey, I really appreciate you guys. the whole idea, the whole point of this is everything is burning down, folks. There's so much wrong. And right now is the time for the truth. It's the time to stop protecting people because of whatever reason you might want to protect. It's just let the truth come out and then let them respond to it. And we make our own decisions and we move forward. None of this that I just read, I'll say this again, I've said this every time. None of this seems to link back to Algorand Foundation, and frankly, Michel Dada. Also, another major player at Borders Capital, Arul. I see nothing other than a partner there. There's nothing I've read is indicated that he's done anything. And frankly, we have no idea what the actual facts are. That is a one-sided civil lawsuit, and that is just a sequence of public articles. All right, everybody. Hey, thank you for watching. If you like what you're watching, hit the like button, subscribe, do all the things that you need to do. And I appreciate you guys. I appreciate the Algo fam. And let's keep on keeping on, figure out how to get through this week, because frankly, I'm ready to move on from this. I'll talk to David Garcia tomorrow if he still wants to talk, and give his side to this. And then let's figure out a bigger problem that's happening that's bigger than just this my algo exploit and whatever that is. But that is important because the my algo exploit is this is just very important that we find out who actually did this and we move forward and we cleanse if there's anything internal that we need to cleanse. You know what I'm saying? All right, guys. Jeez Louise. Sunday fun day begins. Go on. If you have families, have fun with them. If you don't have families, get stoned or something and go for a run. I don't know. What do you do? What do you do on a Sunday? What do you do? Do you eat French toast and bacon, orange juice, coffee? Do you have granola, acai bowls? What kind of person are you? What kind of person are you? Oh my God. All right. Hey, everybody. Thank you so much. All right. I'll see you tomorrow.